This is the Walmart FLW Tour. 4 days of intense competition with professional anglers setting out at the first light of day in the fastest boats on the water. The competition waters are massive and the bass they seek are hard to find. Equipped with artificial lures, the most advanced electronics, and their own knowledge of the bass that roam America's lakes and rivers, the objective is simple. Bring back the 5 biggest fish each day and score the highest overall cumulative weight. $125,000 in cash is the top prize, and the winner moves one step closer to the ultimate dream, the World Championship of Bass Fishing, the Forest Wood Cup, which is being held this year in Shreveport, Louisiana. Who will survive all 4 days of grueling competition and hold the trophy high? Find out next.
Unbelievable!
Come on, baby. Stay on.
Oh, time to rock and roll, folks! Showtime! Here we go! Thank you. That's what you call going after one, boy.
His eyes are bigger than mine.
That's a game changer right there, buddy. Would you look at that?
Wow!
Never been done in FLW history.
5 bass limits! You're the new leader. You're Forest Wood Cup champion.
Welcome to Northwest Arkansas, home to Walmart, the largest retail company in the world and also the birthplace of Ranger boats. There are several impoundments along the White River, Table Rock Lake, Bull Shoals, and Beaver Lake. Known for its clear water and natural beauty, Beaver is the most frustrating of the Ozark lakes to professional anglers. A wide variety of species populate the fishery, and competition between them means that the lake produces few trophy-sized bass.
Doggone it.
Historically, the Walmart FLW Tour events here have seen low weights.
Somebody will be coming in just doing really good throughout the first 2 or 3 tournaments, and then we hit Beaver and you can bomb. This is an equalizer tournament. It's the midway section of the year, and I mean, everybody starts looking at the points.
11 pounds, 5 ounces.
We've been coming here a long time, and I mean, it just seems like the numbers are getting better and the quality is getting a lot better too. There was a few years when they had a lot of high water in the spring and they had some real good spawns is the biggest thing.
Beaver Lake has become a much healthier fishery since the floods back in 2009. The largemouth bass that spawned during that time have matured into big green beauties, and now we get to see the best anglers in the business catch them here at the 3rd stop of the Walmart FLW Tour. The big story over the first 2 days was the size of the fish these anglers are catching. Todd Hollowell proved that big fish live in Beaver Lake and set an FLW tournament record in the process when he sacked up over 22 pounds on day 2.
22 pounds, 15 ounces.
I went from 124th place after day 1 to 3rd place after day 2. To catch the biggest stringer in an FLW Tour event at Beaver Lake here, I feel very fortunate, and that'll be something that I can take with me forever.
Now we're down to the top 20 pros looking to stay alive and fish the final day, where they'll have a chance at earning big money, including a top prize of $125,000. Day 3 action underway. Beautiful day in Beaver Lake up in Northwest Arkansas. Hey everyone, Jason Harper along with Castro Pro David Dudley, who, because of the tiebreaker, he missed the top 20 cut. I know you want to be out there with those guys, David, but I'm glad you're here with us because you can talk about what an unbelievable fishery that Beaver Lake has been. It's really shown its true colors the last 2 days.
Oh yeah, this lake is one of the most incredible. I love coming here because you're going to get lots and lots of bites. This lake is really set up great because if you're a power fisherman, you have the river, you have muddy water, you can go and power fish up. If you're a finesse fisherman, you can head towards the dam. So it's a great setup.
Why are we seeing not just so many fish, but good quality fish? Is it because I know there's a flood a couple years ago, so it's really healthy, or because, man, we're seeing umbrella rigs all over the place?
It's a good combination of things. You know, it did flood a couple years ago. The Alabama rig has taught us how to catch them during cold water events, suspended fish. And it's been a mixture, and the first 2 days of the tournament have been windy. And anytime you have wind on a clear impoundment, or, you know, like if you're up the river in a muddy, wind always helps fishing.
We know that you used the umbrella rig last year, you know, to help you walk away with the victory. But what's interesting this year, it seems like there's been quite a few, the evolution, the variations on the umbrella rig. I mean, you're seeing double ups and all kind of, it's looking very strange. Tell me, what's the advantage of all that?
It started out typically with 5 lures. Now it has grown into 8, 9, 10 lures, and you see people doubling up on Alabama rigs. And all it does is create a bigger profile and a bigger school of fish, and the fish can't resist it when they see it.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as you look at the top 20. It's almost like you got a couple different types of styles going on, okay? You've got the guys that, of course, are always going to fish to their strength, that like to head a long way up the White River. They like the dirty, stained water. Jason Christie, Brandon Coulter, Kobe Krieger, and then opposite. I know this is your favorite style of fishing, the guys that like the deep, clear water. Mark Rose, Sean Murphy, Cody Meyer, Gagliardi, Suggs, all these guys trying to get the mixed bags.
Typically on Beaver, if you stay anywhere from Prairie Creek towards the dam, that's typically where the tournament's going to be won at. Now, this year, we have good stained muddy water from a lot of rain, and the power fishermen are heading up the river. You got Christie who's up the river, Krieger who's up the river, and because we're here at this time of year, I think the river is going to be a huge player this year.
Well, if history repeats itself, Brandon Coulter's our leader on this third day. There's probably going to be a struggle. That's usually what happens. Some of the guys may shake out and not survive on the final day. Only the top 10 survive. Who's going to walk away champion? Today is the do or die day.
These fish seem to be down there deeper than most people were fishing all week, or at least most people are throwing at the bank. I'm trying to target, 10, 12 foot, just right off that first break. My practice, I got caught up with the A rig and didn't catch them very good and had a horrible practice. So I just decided not to throw it and ended up having a good first day cranking.
One of the hot young rookies on tour this year, Austin Terry, switched from a crankbait to a shaky head in search of a big spotted bass.
They're catching them pretty good, and I think the weights are going to be up from yesterday. So I'm going to try to catch as big as bags I can. I'm going to try to come in. I've had about 15 each day. Hopefully I'll have more than that and keep my position or move up.
Supposed to be spotted bass in here. Largemouth.
No boats in here in practice. Where are they all coming from? Or in the tournament? I haven't had anybody but Jacob Prosnick in here. I'm leaving. Can't believe it. It's Beaver Lake. I'm not supposed to be. I'm trying to beat 159 guys. I'm not worried as much about the fish. It sounds crazy, but I'm more focused on the competition of it. And so I'm just going out and working harder. That might be a better one, JJ. Yeah, it is. It's not even. There's number one. There's number one. He's kind of skinny. He's ugly. He wants to get a little nutrition. We're going to take him to the Hammond Center, feed him a little bit, and send him home.
My arm's a little tender today. I feel like I went 9 innings yesterday. You've got to figure things out every day, especially on Beaver. This lake, more than any one I've ever been to, you almost have to approach each day. It's just a new day. It's another practice day, and that's what I've learned. So I'm going to fish places that I haven't fished for 3 or 4 days this morning, and we'll just try to refigure some things out and hopefully stumble upon some big largemouth again. And what I'm seeing is that these fish are just pulling off and suspending. When they want to go to the bank, they're a lot easier to catch. You can catch them on a crankbait, a jerkbait, a spinnerbait, that kind of stuff. But it's when they, pull out here in 25, 30 foot of water and just suspend. That's what's made the umbrella rig such a factor this week, are the suspended fish.
The top of the leaderboard is struggling to land keepers this morning. Who's going to make it through to the final day? Come right back and find out.
The Walmart FLW Tour is brought to you by Kellogg's. From great starts come great things. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Straight Talk, same phones, same networks, half the cost. Mercury Marine, official engine of the FLW. LOWRANCE Find, navigate, dominate with the new HDS Gen2 Touch by LOWRANCE. And by Plano. Protect your passion.
It's a bite, just not the size that we need to have.
There's a good one, good one. Oh, with the drum. Gummit. Not going to be long enough. See if we catch a big one.
Day 3 of competition out on Beaver Lake is several hours old, and the lack of wind is causing these waters to throttle back on the output of fish that will measure 15 inches.
Threw a worm around and caught a couple little ones, but they were short, but I need some big ones.
The northwest corner of Arkansas is where we find 20 of the best anglers in the country who have really spread out all over this fishery after launching from Prairie Creek Marina.
You get a lot of bites, a lot of them's little. I mean, we can go over there and get on that steep bank right there and get a lot of bites, but a lot of them's little.
Jason Christie can afford to be picky, as the Rayovac Pro has crushed a good limit already this morning, fishing along the White River near the mouth of War Eagle Creek. He's jumped up from 10th into 1st.
So I had a pretty good limit right off the bat. Then I caught a big one in cold, and I just cold another one. So, you know, today I'm just fishing. I mean, right now I'm just fishing for a big one. A lot of time on beaver, you can just run wind and have a chance to catch a big one, but since there's no wind, you know, I'm just trying to put myself around stuff that I've caught big ones in the past. Just little, no, just little. He was just hitting it. Go.
Christie's riding his hot streak right now and really taking control of this tournament. But one angler that has been on the more consistent route all week long is Chevy Pro Anthony Gagliardi.
If you can be consistent with a good bag here, I mean, you got a shot to win. I'm trying to fish to my strengths, and my strengths are, you know, more than likely to be out in some, you know, somewhat open water, fishing for smallmouth here on this lake. You know, it's hard to pattern these fish. You can pattern them during the day sometimes, but patterns here, in my opinion, they don't last much longer than a day. You know, you almost have to go out there with a new mindset each and every day and hope you can catch them the way you did the day before, but when you don't, you better be ready to do something different.
If I can just keep a mental capacity of good, steady casting and fishing, I'll do okay. I mean, we're all bunched up. It's, you know, if you make the top 10, a lot of places, 10th place doesn't have a chance. At this tournament, 10th place has a chance to win. I mean, it's just that wide open still. There he is. Little guy. Little bitty fellow. 10-incher. He's fat, but he's short.
Krieger's spotted bass doesn't reach the 12-inch line and has to go back into the water.
First couple days, I could catch a limit in the first half hour. It'd be cold and it was easy. I had some areas with a lot of 2-pounders in it, and I burned through 2-pounder after 2-pounder after 2-pounder just to try to hit that weight, because you don't know if you're gonna make it or not. Now it's like, man, I wish I would have saved a couple. Here we go. Another little spot. Not very big. For now, I'll take it.
So after a tough day 3, the top 20 come back in to see where they stack up and see who will make the top 10 cut. At the FLW Outdoor Expo, fans get to mingle with the pros and then watch the weigh-in on the big stage.
Your champion is Stephen Meador.
The co-angler champion is crowned first, and Stephen Meador takes the prize. Now for the pros, and as tough as the fishing was today, no one is feeling safe.
Two-time FLW Tour champion, over $1 million. Walmart Pro, Mark Rose. Another good stringer of fish. 12 pounds and 15 ounces. Moves you to 4th place with 40 pounds, 14 ounces. $678,000 in his young career, already an FLW Tour champion. Rayovac MERCURY Pro, Jason Christie. Here we go. A 5 bass limit for Jason Christie, worth 20 pounds and 4 ounces. You're the new leader, 47 pounds and 7 ounces. You have nearly a 5-pound lead.
I really feel confident about tomorrow. I mean, I may not catch them, but I hardly ever go into a day of fishing feeling as good about tomorrow as I do now.
Jason Christie rides an amazing day 3 to lead the field of 10 going into the final day, while Brandon Coulter gives up some ground but holds on to the number 2 spot. In May, Kellogg's and Walmart teamed up with Operation Homefront to help meet the everyday needs of military family members in communities all across the country. Here in Arkansas, 2 members of the Kellogg's team, Greg Bohannon and Dave Lefebvre, took one family out for a day of fishing.
This is my son Christian, my daughter Alexis, and my daughter Angelica.
Awesome. Well, on behalf of Kellogg's, Walmart, Operation Homefront, and Saluting Heroes Together, we want to present you with a gift card today. We're going to give you guys some gift bags from Kellogg's. We're going to take you fishing. We got some jerseys in there for you, and we just appreciate everything y'all have been through.
Thank you. Operation Homefront has been such a great support for myself and my family.
Got one? Looky here. Woohoo!
Husband and father Sergeant Jesse Olivares joined the Army after 9/11 and is currently in Afghanistan.
They live to be out on the water, but fishing is something that they've always done with their dad. So I know they enjoy it. They haven't been able to go since last summer before he deployed.
You just reel it like about this fast.
He isn't as active as he would be with his dad around, so to be able to be out and around other men and doing what boys like to do, I think will help make for a very good day for him.
Here, grab him by the mouth like me.
Operation Homefront, they reach out to family members all across the country. As the war has drawn on, there aren't as many people out there willing to support the families like there was at the beginning of the war. So to have them still going strong is nice.
I think I got a good shot at having a big bag. 2 days ago I lost 2 big fish. Yesterday I lost another big fish. So they're there, and I think I have a good opportunity to catch them today.
I'm fishing on the clear end of the lake, and as long as the wind blows, you can get those fish on that lower end of this lake to bite pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be sunny. It's going to be windy. Can't get asked for much better than that doing what we're doing.
You know, I wish that we had a little different direction wind today, but at least we have some wind. But the bad thing about that is they're going to bite. They're going to bite on the lower end, on the upper end. We're going to have to catch them today to win.
As our top 10 prepare to blast off on this final morning of the Walmart FLW Tour on Beaver Lake, conditions are looking good for some big bites from just about any one of these 10 pros.
We're going to get this done today. We're going to catch them.
I'm ready, man. We got 2 rods, 20 lures total on those 2 rods. I'm ready to go out there and sling it around today and smash them, man.
Day 4, FLW Tour, Beaver Lake. Let's go up that river and see if we can catch some.
Beautiful morning here on Beaver Lake. The weather's changed about every day we've been here. Nothing's been really the same the whole time, and the fish were moving up in practice, and then we had that cold spell and rained, and the back ends of some of those pockets got a lot colder. So last night it's been warm all night long for the first time all week. So I mean, heck, they may all be laying in the backs of the pockets this morning.
We're fishing staging areas where hopefully they're starting to come up out of the channel before they go to spawn. They're going right over there, and they're coming from right there, and hopefully they're coming across right here, and we're going to catch them in between.
The bigger fish, you know, my conger caught a big one off a dock the first day, but the bigger fish are the ones that are kind of pulling up on the bank. You know, I'm catching fish around the docks, and most of them have been, you know, good solid 2.5, you know, but the bigger fish seem to be the ones that are kind of pulling up closer to the bank. You know, for me to do well today, I'm gonna have to have a few of them kind of cruise up there on these gravel bars and these points and be thinking about, you know, getting ready to spawn, and because that's the 3s and 4s and 5s.
I've been mainly this week looking for these flatter pea gravel points. It can be either on the main lake, nowhere near a spawning flat or cove, or it could be at the mouth of a spawning cove, or it could even be back in a spawning cove. It's just these smallmouth are liable to pull up anywhere on these little flatter pea gravel type banks, and they're getting ready to spawn, and these smallmouth will spawn anywhere from the back of the cove to right out on the main lake. It's kind of hard for me to target the locations of these places where they're going to be. It's just more of the bottom type and the, you know, and the angle of the point that comes out into the water that you're looking for.
There he is. That feels like a pretty good one here. A nice smallmouth there. There we go. That chunk. That's what we need right here. Come on, baby, keep them coming. 3-pounders.
Mark Rose is known for using his LOWRANCE electronics to locate fish deep along the Tennessee River. He's won on Pickwick, Wheeler, and Chickamauga out on 20-foot ledges. The Walmart Pro has also finished in second place twice before, right here at Beaver Lake.
I'm gonna start out with Alabama rig. I hadn't been throwing the rig all week, but fishing is changing. You got to keep up with the change sometimes. When the fish are early in the spring and they're moving around, you got to do what they're doing, not necessarily how you've been catching them or how you want to catch them. Thinking there might be some fish, big largemouth, trying to pull up on bed and give them 5 swim baits. Maybe we'll catch one, but yeah, there's some fish moving. Yeah. Golly. Woo, baby! How about them apples right there? Team Walmart just struck, baby! Woo!
Every new day of fishing is filled with possibilities. And for 10 anglers, this is their day to make it happen. It's the Walmart FLW Tour.
It's a little one. Get that first one to bite. Hopefully get the school fired up. There he is. Be long and skinny like me. A lot smaller today. Look at that fish. He's coming in out of deep water. Keeper number 1.
The fish are moving shallow as conditions along Beaver Lake are becoming right for the spawn to begin. Jason Christie has 3 keepers in his live well, but only one that he wants to take to weigh in. And this power fisherman is ready to make a move to find a better school of fish.
Not gonna happen here, I'm telling you. We're gonna have to move on.
Meanwhile, Scott Suggs has already made a change. He's been targeting smallies with a jerkbait, but after going for an hour without a bite, he's slowing it down with the drop shot.
I don't know if it's, what's going on. It just don't seem, it's not quite jiving like it's been doing each morning. Yesterday we caught like 20 down that stretch.
While Suggs is switching techniques, he's committed to this end of the lake.
It's just a staging area. It's an area with big chunk rock with pea gravel mixed in. It's got nearly every kind of rock mixed in one, but it's got a lot of flat water close to it. Been catching some really good smallmouth in here, but I know the largemouth live in here. So I've came in here and I'm just slowing down a little bit, throwing a drop shot, kind of waiting on things to happen. I've been more power fishing with jerk bait, crankbait and stuff, and I'm slowing down right now till the conditions I feel like are better for those presentations. Oh my gosh, stay on, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She's got in a tree. No, I got doubt. I got doubt the tree so far. Come back up here, baby. Get in that net! Yeah! Woo! Get in that net! There's the way to start the morning. Old brown bass here done caught him a largie. I don't care what color they are today, Jason, we're coming after you. Sweet!
Sean Murphy's pushing the envelope of how an Alabama rig can be thrown. Arkansas has no limit to the number of hooks that can be attached to an A-rig, and that has led to this customization.
Seems like the fish are getting accustomed to the Alabama rig since it's come out. You know, most traditional is 5 wires and 6 wires. Well, last night, a buddy of mine that travels with me, I had him make me one that are 2 rigs molded together. It actually has 2 heads, throwing 10 lures on it, and the fish react to it different. They see a bigger school of shad coming through there, and I mean, it gets their attention a lot more for sure, because the people behind me throwing it, they're not getting bit. And I don't care to go right behind somebody that's throwing a 5 wire or a 3 wire, even if they're catching, because I can come through with that 10 wire, and I feel like I got the confidence that they're gonna bite it. Right. Good old Fat Daddy spot, baby.
Man, this looks so good back here. This is typical Ozarks. Pre-spawn, good-looking stuff right here. Yeah, we're just trying to catch us a keeper right now, just to get the juices flowing. They were flowing after that 5-pounder, but gotten into a little dry spell.
Just need a bite to get us going. The thing that worries me is there's a point, and there's just a magic time whenever those fish quit thinking about eating and start thinking about love, and that day is coming up really, really soon, and hopefully it's not today. You know, it could get sunny and warm today, and those fish can go straight to the bank and do their deal and skip us.
It's kind of weird, but I almost feel like I need to run in this creek and fish somewhere I haven't fished yet. You know, I've had to move around. I catch them on a different stretch every day. The fun part about here and the challenging part is that, you know, the fish don't subscribe to the largemouth handbook here for some reason.
That's what we need. The wind picking up a little bit. That's what we need. I've caught them this week. I've caught some on a spot remover jig head, just throwing a finesse worm, dragging it around, and I've caught some, you know, swimming a small grub like I'm doing now. Not really swimming, and I'm fishing it on the bottom, but I'm just kind of keeping it moving, and yeah, that's pretty much how I've caught most of my smallmouth. There he is. That might be a pretty good one. Stay on there, baby. That's a good one here. There we go. It's not a giant, but it's a good one. I'll take him. 2.5 pounder or so. I'll take him.
Is the time right for someone fishing out deep? Or is there going to be a flurry for Christy? The final day holds a few more surprises for everyone in our top 10.
You know, the wind's really, really starting to pick up. I'm gonna start running things that just look good, you know, just run down the lake, fish places that the wind's hitting 90 degrees. I want places where it's hitting it direct, not 45, but exactly 90 degrees, and it sets those fish up in a feeding mode.
Jason Christie gave up the lead on the final day at Beaver back in 2009, and he's not interested in repeating that bit of history. He's working his size-down umbrella rig quickly along the dirty water, knowing that any cast could produce a bite.
You know, I'm throwing it's a umbrella, it's a Flash Mob Junior. You know, it's the umbrella stopper rig. The thing about it is it's a lot more compact and it has blades. It's just a finesse version, you know, of it. It's the time of year that I think a guy needs to be covering the water, and I can just tie it on and go down the bank and really move. And it seems like you'll fish an hour and not get a bite, and then all of a sudden you'll hit a little group of them, catch 4 or 5, then you'll fish another hour and not get a bite. Good. That'll work. Look down there in this stroke. Now we're talking.
Christie's limit fish puts him back in the lead, but he knows that as the wind starts to pick up this morning, the fish could start biting all over this lake. The only strategy for the Rayovac Pro is to keep fishing hard.
We're going to have to get on a little spurt here. We're going to do it. One thing about fishing, it don't take long. You know, there's been little flurries every day, and right now is the time that the flurry is happening. This is actually the kind of stuff I've been catching them off of, but all my stuff's been
a little bit hidden. This is more obvious, but the wind's hitting it good, you know. It's gonna make them bite all across the board. I mean, some guys may not catch them, but they're gonna bite. Come here, baby. Get over here. We got her. That's what we want.
All right, guys, you got about 30 minutes to bite in here. I'm deserting you.
It's been all about the timing on Beaver Lake this week. And just like Christy, everyone is looking for that flurry where the area they're fishing comes to life. The question is, do you stay where you are and wait for the flurry to come to you, or do you go try and find it?
It's so hard to leave when every day you've had that stretch, you know, where you catch 3 or 4 in an hour. Do you give up on that? Do you stay? I mean, that's where this game gets hard.
You really don't know what time it's going to be. The only thing you can do is be patient and keep casting it and try not to be frustrated or get discouraged.
You know, here it is 11. We haven't had a fish in, what, 3 hours now.
And now we're down in the clear end. This is where I've been doing a lot of my fishing, catching just keepers, you know. Hopefully we can get me 4 more 2-pounders to go along with that big one and go back down the lake and start fishing for big largemouth again.
I know there's big fish in all these areas. Where I started this morning has been the area for some really good ones, and I'm gonna go back up there and I'm gonna go fish for them. I'm gonna have to have big ones to do anything, and I'm just gonna go live and die on them.
Fish are on the move right now. They're trying to transition to get ready to spawn, so try to find some pulling up, maybe some on some shallower stuff. So I think it's just kind of the luck of the draw. That's what I'm talking about right there, baby. That's a nice one, yeah. 3.5, 3 3/4.
Barry Wilson has had a solid day so far. He's moving to an area up the White River he fished and practiced, but hasn't been to yet during this tournament. He's using his Alabama rig like a jig, flipping it up against wood and dirty water.
What I'm catching them on is a 3-inch Strike King Shadowlicious and a 3-inch Strike King grub, pitching up close to the stumps, bringing it right to the edge of the stump and killing it, letting it fall down. And actually it's just a reaction strike. They're seeing this Alabama rig and seeing that it looks like a school of bait fish. They're reacting to it as soon as it gets near the stump, blow down, log, whatever it may be. As it's falling, the fish just can't stand it and they just react to it and hit it.
Wilson's unorthodox technique is paying off with yet another solid keeper. While for Jason Christie, the 2 good fish he caught a few moments ago has calmed him down just a bit.
You know, it just takes a couple of fish like that just to change your attitude. You know, it was getting pushing 11 o'clock and it was starting to get in my head a little bit why I hadn't had a good bite. And then 2 quick bites like that, you know, puts us back in the game. That's all you want in fishing is a chance, because you don't know, reeling that lure in right there, what's following it. See a bass. Get your son, boy. Biggins now. Looking for biggins. We're chipping.
This lake runs hot and cold, and for the angler who can handle the stress, the rewards can be great. This is the Walmart FLW Tour.
The Walmart FLW Tour is brought to you by Walmart. Save money, live better. Straight Talk. Same phones, same networks, half the cost. Evinrude. Power, performance, and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. EverStart. Fish more, worry less. Castrol. It's more than just oil, it's liquid engineering. And by Chevy Silverado. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on, the one that lasts. The one you depend on
Well, I need a 5-pounder, something fierce.
Need a couple big bites. Bad.
Come on, I know there's one here. There's got to be one here.
5-pound anything, largemouth, smallmouth, spot.
I mean, I don't care what it is. As long as you can go to weigh and it weighs 5 pounds, I don't care what species.
We're gonna catch them. I got that good feeling.
Crunch time has arrived for the professional anglers fishing the Walmart FLW Tour on Beaver Lake. No one has one spot to work over, and so everyone has been moving with the wind, searching for a bite.
Oh! A big one came off, a small one took it from a big one. I had a 3-pounder on and this one took it from it. Come on. You got to be kidding me.
It's been a frustrating day for Brandon Coulter, and he's resorting to filling out a limit under the Highway 12 bridge. Mark Rose can sympathize with Coulter. He struggled since landing that big fish this morning. The same goes for Kobe Krieger, and he's stuck to the A-rig without getting any big bites. The opposite is true for Barry Wilson, who has flipped and pitched his rig to move up the standings. Folgers pro Scott Suggs has caught his limit despite the wind hampering his deep water bite. While Sean Murphy has kept his 2-tiered A-rig around decent fish all day and is currently in second place. For Anthony Gagliardi, who started out fishing for smallies, the wind has him turning to the A-rig as well, working it shallow. Our leader continues to be Jason Christie, who's been running all around the White River, searching for a kicker bite to seal a victory.
You know what would be good in bass fishing? Is if they played that Jeopardy song all day. Da-na-na-na-na. That way you'd know every second that's ticking. Right now we're in the hunt for big fish. I mean, I'm fishing little old isolated places that I'm just hoping I can catch a 4 or 5 pounder. I just think with the wind blowing this hard, they might be on bottom rather than kind of being suspended. That's not cool. Oh yeah, he's a monster. Oh gosh.
The last 2 days, up until today, it kicked on about 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock to quitting time, it's been real good. But I hadn't faced the wind in this direction and this strong, and it's got me kind of screwed up. Yesterday, I mean, the day I didn't expect them to eat the jerk bait, they stomped it, and today I expected them to kill it, and I'm not doing that good on it, so yeah, I'm having to mix it up some. There's one. I blew across the tip of that point there a while ago. I saw what looked like 2 fish on the graph. I had me a line up there on the bank. I turned around and fired back in there and she bit it on the fall. So I guess it was what I thought it was. Thank you, LOWRANCE. Woo! I mean, get in here. Another fatty. This is our upgrade.
While Suggs is still going after one fish with a single drop shot, Sean Murphy continues to hammer them with 10 swim baits.
This is a Kitech swim bait, 3.8 inch. It's called a fat body. Just something a little bit bulkier and a little bit beefier. They got really good actions, why I like them. And that tail really puts off a good vibration, and the ring shanks on the body itself puts off a vibe in the water. Oh, that might be a good one. Yeah.
You know, I had the conditions that I wanted down in that clear water where the wind was blowing and creating some mud lines in the backs of those pockets, but I just, you know, for whatever reason, I wasn't getting any bites down there, and I ended up making a move back up here closer to the ramp where the water's a little bit stained, and figured, hey, my best chance of catching a big largemouth now is just probably going to be to throw an Alabama rig and you know, and hope you get one of those bites like these other guys have been getting. There's one. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. It's a giant. It's a giant. Woo-hoo-hoo! That is a toad. Check that one out. It's 5.5 pounder probably. Whew. My goodness. I've never caught one like that here. Not on this lake.
Beaver Lake has really produced today. Suggs, Rose, and now Gagliardi all carry at least one good kicker to the weigh-in.
Last cast.
We gotta go.
It's a long day.
It's the end of 4 long days of competition as time on the water has expired at this Walmart FLW Tour.
Man, it's gonna be a scary way, and it can be close.
You couldn't have asked for a better, you know, a better start, a better scenario. I caught a quick limit this morning.
I can't complain. I'm tickled to be where I'm at.
The anglers now come to the Outdoor Expo, where Dylan Scott is getting the crowd warmed up for the weigh-in. Now it's time to see which of these anglers will secure a victory.
15 pounds and 8 ounces.
Gagliardi produces his heaviest bag of the tournament and takes the lead over Christie.
Sean Murphy has caught him big time this week. Former Rookie of the Year. In 3 days, he's amassed 44 pounds and 2 ounces of Beaver Lake bass. Now, you were in striking distance to Jason Christie's lead coming into this final day. Here is a 5 bass limit for Sean Murphy. Wow. That's what it's all about. Here we go. You needed 13.2. You got 14 pounds and 1 ounce. You are the new leader, Sean, in contention for the win.
This guy led earlier in the week. You guys welcome to the stage Keystone Light and Ranger Pro, Brandon Coulter.
You're kind of the dark horse. Let's just sneak up and win this thing right here, man.
I've got 5.
All right, we know you've been on some good fish. It's number 5. A 5 bass limit for Brandon Coulter, worth 7 pounds and 15 ounces, moves you to 6th place. But what a great tournament for you, man.
We're gonna catch them. I got that good feeling. There you go. Good. That'll work. Now we're talking.
You know, I've been bouncing around the top for a while again, and you know, I'm ready for another win.
Your day 3 leader from Park Hill, Oklahoma, looking for his 2nd FLW Tour victory. The one and only Rayovac Pro, Jason Christie.
That's what we want.
All right, man, here we go. The entire field has been eliminated except these 2 pros. It is Sean Murphy of Kentucky versus Jason Christie of Oklahoma. On day 3, his best day yet, 20 pounds, 4 ounces he brought to the scales right here yesterday afternoon. There's number 3. There's number 4. And if you've got number 5, and it is a kicker, 5 bass limit for the Rayovac Pro, Jason Christie. All right, Jason, you need 10 pounds, 12 ounces. Your limit today worth 14 pounds, 1 ounce. Your champion is Jason Christie. Wow.
Here to make the check presentation on behalf of Operation Homefront, please welcome the Executive Director, Carol Herrick. $125,000 richer. Oklahoma Rayovac Pro, Jason Christie.
You know, these girls and my family is the reason I do it. You know, I was born and raised in the outdoors, and it's the reason I get up and go fishing to support them. And I enjoy it, and there's not a day that I go fishing that I take it for granted. You know, if you would have asked me after the practice if I was going to do good, I would have told you, no way. It always seems like you win tournaments whenever you least expect it, and I least expected this one. You know, the first day I ran down and fished for smallmouth, And that didn't work out. And the second day, I just went fishing, and that's when I found those 2 schools. You just seem to make good decisions. You know, today, the stretch that I caught those fish off of, I hadn't fished it all week. Something told me to pull over there. I pulled over there and caught them.
Christie holds off a hard-charging field of anglers and earns his second Walmart FLW Tour victory. Congratulations to all of our anglers who competed here on the final day. And remember, FLW is the best in fishing on and off the water. So go to FLWOutdoors.com for expanded coverage and tips from our top pros. On behalf of all of us here at FLW, thanks for watching.